Okay, in for the water signs. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio in that order. I'm going to start rolling right away here. These are getting back into the love, sex, and romance areas. I'm going to see where we are here. Got the Infinity deck. There's a whole ton of decks back here. They're all included in the reading. The intent is to give a little bit of a spiritual overview of some kind of a spiritual energy coming in here, and then diving into the reality in the physical world here of what's going on with each sign. So here I go. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is Pisces. Here we go. 45 seconds. First card we get from the chakra deck is the King of Swords. So I feel like you may be dealing with the King of Swords yourself, or in this energy. I feel for most it's in this energy of making logical decisions. Again, part of the energetic reading this week was we need to infuse more heart and have a great balance this way. Pisces may be just thinking from pure logic here and not infusing the heart, but we'll go to the next card. Next one is the Ace of Coins. Ace of Coins is about money, finances, things that open up in a physical kind of way. So we are looking to make logical decisions in our career going forward here. We may have some opportunities coming up, openings to walk through here. And in that case, I feel like we're very much in our logic, which is a good place to be in that such an area, right? We want to be in a logical area when we're dealing with finances or monetary things. So I feel like this is where the Pisces is this week. Next card, Princess of Swords. Princess of Swords, she's ready for action. She's ready to fight and defend herself for what she needs and what she wants. I feel like they're highlighting the career area here for the Pisces. Spiritually this overrides anything in their life right now, is thinking about their career. So the Princess of Swords is willing to stand up and fight. There may be new directions opening up, and they're quite in their logic, ready to take a leap here. So we're going to go into, they wanted the above and below cards here. So the below cards are the physical earth, the things that are happening on this earth this week. And the above cards are the potentials that we could get if we listen to our instinct, the higher potentials. So we're going to start out with the below cards. This is really what's going to manifest here over this week. So on the King of Swords, again, dealing with logic, we get the Knave of Pentacles. You could have an earth sign, you could have an earth sign in your mix. Yeah, there's a lot of energy here. Okay, so, or you may be searching, through the internet, right, for things in a way of work, job, career, this kind of thing. We may be seeking through the internet to go outward and find outlets in that way, or that's the way it's coming to you. A job offer may come through an email, through someone connected, making a connection to you through the internet. Okay. Next, on the Ace of Coins, these are the opportunities that are coming forth quite highly. I feel that Pisces is ready, not only ready to stand up for what they believe they deserve, but ready to go forward where they want to go. We have the Two of Wands. That's interesting. Ace of Coins and Two of Wands. Wands is about action. And here it's about magic and making things manifest. This would be akin to the Magician card, really, in the deck. She's got her pentacle on her, the sword, all of it is there. And then the little salamanders are there, symbolizing that we need to take action here. We may have two ways we want to go with things. We might have to discern where and what is for our highest good. On the Princess of Swords, again, some defensive behavior here. may need to come out, or we may just be standing up for our rights in some kind of way here. And again, it's still following the career direction. We get the Queen of Wands. This is interesting, because this is about someone preventing, watch out, don't get your fingers burnt, right? This card's been kind of looming the last week here. Yeah, it's almost like if we go down one track here, we may get our fingers burned. But the sense is that we have a high instinct here about things. So we just need to stay on track with that and not get pulled off in any way. Hey, Andrea, thanks for coming in. Yeah, Queen of Wands is about, typically in the tarot deck, she is very adventurous, very lively, going outward. Nothing holds her back, really. She's not afraid to go into uncharted territories. But in essence here, a warning of watch, we don't get our fingers burnt. So if we're just jumping out nonchalantly and going and making decisions here without a lot of thought, we could get our fingers burned. But the essence here they're giving me is that we've got our logic with us, so we shouldn't be in that vein. But nonetheless, there might be two ways to go here, and we have to discern that. Okay, so these are what's grounded on the earth. Now we're going into higher energies, the above cards, which is the universal influence and how they can help you through. So the first card they get here on the information coming in or you going outward to apply for jobs nonetheless, we have the Book of Shadows. Book of Shadows is always kind of dark, ominous energy, or a potential as such is what they said. So be aware that there's energy in the air that can come and hit us if we're not using our high instinct here, that we could get strung up here in a way that is not for our highest good. So on the Two of Wands, again, I was getting a sense here of two ways of being, two pathways that we could choose, or a mindset within that nonetheless. That was on top of our career, right? There's two ways we could go with things. So be careful we choose the right one. On top of that, we get the Five of Fire. I always have this guy is like, he's got in his hand, he's got the universal energy grounding him out and going up. So it's like he is connected, right? So the sense they're giving me here is, yes, we are connected, but we can let loose of that energy and choose to go in another way. Now, is it an ego thing here? Is there something that feeds our ego that we go that may not be for our highest good, or what is it? Yeah, sense is it's almost like a test to see if we are paying attention to our instinct or have the ability to keep our instinct in this area nonetheless. Okay, I'm gonna read from the book here because I got a little hair. The five. Yeah, that's Jupiter they're talking about there. And that's about lucky breaks and good fortune. Hold on, what is with my hair? It's like going right in my mouth. Anyway. Yeah, see, lucky breaks, right? So this, yeah, I'm going to go one more card because it's almost like we could have a bad break or a lucky break. They're side by side here. There's a good way and a not so good way to go here. Again, Pisces are highly instinctive, so I feel like they're kind of ingrained with it. Unless they're completely rejecting their instinct or completely in their ego, they shouldn't, they should be able to see this coming. Ooh. Wow, I haven't had this card before. Now, watch, get your fingers burned. We have the Eight of Air. That's the lotus flower, right? That's the purity of everything. She's meditating in there. And the sense is we have to keep our connection here. Don't lose it at this time, or we will trip up into something that is darker than where we really want to go or truly being driven, is the sense I get here. I'm going to look that one up again. There. Wow. That's a pretty card. Yeah. Recognizing the power of the mind and spirit. Visualize your goals clearly, so therefore we don't get tripped up by things coming off that we just truly do not want. And that's the center here. It's like we're going in a direction. We have a trajectory here, and something coming off the side, if it's not in alignment with this, you'd be aware of that. Because something here trying to test the Pisces, I think they completed here a while back. They completed something. Now, this is highly in the career direction, and we're going to get into the love zone, but there's something trying to pull them off their chosen path, okay? It's really the sense I'm getting. Whew, okay, so that is the beginning. Okay, now we're going to get into the love and sex side, still for Pisces. Okay, first card in the romance. We get his strength. Again, here, somebody trying to pull us from where we truly stand. This could be you or someone outside of you, depending on your situation, right? There's a sense here of wanting to be pulled. I feel very much from my energy zone here that this is the Pisces, and there's someone trying to pull them off their strength, and it just will not go because it's pretty heavy. We're pretty ingrained with where we want to go here. Okay, so the next card we have Ace of Swords. There it is again. We had the Princess of Swords earlier. The Ace of Swords is about truth and clarity. Here it's about truths that can hurt, right? There's blood coming from that cut through that rose. And the blue is about communication. So communications that may hurt, that again may be used against us to get us on either a path that we're not primed for, or something we're not in agreement with, no less. Okay, we're trying to be. Give me a minute here. Yeah, I'm going, is there a truth here? Or is there a lie? Because it feels like, and they're going, no, this is all truths. Hard-won truths, meaning hard-learned truths. Truths that we learned about ourselves or others that it was not an easy process to get to, but nonetheless it is come to the forefront here and needing to deal with, and it may change things quite a bit. Okay. Next card is the Lovers, and that's what it's about. It's about a loving relationship here. So there may be a hard-won truth that's come to us about a lover. Give me a moment here. Yeah, they're flipping the gears a little bit after I get to the Lovers card. They're like, it may be hard-won truths about ourselves within a partnership that hurt. Truth that will be told to us about us that is going to be hard to take from a lover, most likely. This kind of thing. And it will bring some of us down in our strength department. We feel very strong. It's going to, kind of bring us down a few notches here. Okay, next line. Okay, to expand on the energies, we have the Strength card. What do we get on top of there? The Fool. Strength, right? We cannot be moved. We are going in a new direction. There's new energy here. There's a lot of traps here. There's a gator here, a tiger if she wants to go back, gator if she wants to go forward. And then there's all these things trying to make transformation within her. She knows she has to step off somewhere here. She has the caduceus here, whatever. Saying that we are in good health and we are in good strength. Again, reiterating that strength, we cannot be moved. So there's a sense here they're giving me. It's like we know that no matter which way we go, it's treacherous, but we have faith that along our path, we will be not saved, but we will find the best way to move forward, whether, whatever way it is. I don't feel there's an option to go backward. I feel we got to go forward, but there's a way that we feel we can get through this alligator without getting, harmed because of this, because of that. Symbol of health and good, well-being. So on top of the Ace of Swords, which is about communicating truths that may be happening here in relationships, we have worry, the Five of Pentacles. I feel like this truth is the cause of this. There's some worries here that are being created, and obviously there's two people there within a partnership or friendship. Truths that are being let out, revealed, that change things. And because of this, right, we have a sense of worry. Now on top of the Lovers card, Nine of Wands, that strength. Now the sense they're giving me is we have a great strength within this partnership. But there is some truth here that needs to be dealt with. And there's a defense, right? Standing, defending what they've built in their life so far. Somebody is doing this, whether it's you or the partner or the friend or whatever situation you have here. Strength. I feel like we are going in a new direction in a relationship, okay? And there's some truths that have been given that have created some stress and worry. But really the sense they're giving me is, oh, hey, Susan, sorry. Thanks, Andrea. We're keeping up in there. Yeah, I oftentimes don't get enough time to visit. Worry, there's a worry within the relationship, but there is a deeper core of this couple of the strength to overcome. Okay. Not only from the Pisces vantage point, but overall, the two of them have a great strength. Okay. That's what I'm getting. Now, as we move into, I forgot to put 18 plus. As we move into the intimate cards, the sex cards here, on top of the Fool, which is about going off in a new direction, we have the Stars. Now, this card is about lavishing those that we care about with all that we have and feel from the deepest part of who we are. This woman is the water flowing over the man's body is a symbol of the emotions that they share and the hope for great love in the future. This can be something of a fantasy card. The sense I get is that if we are going in a new direction, we are in hope that we can, flow our emotions into this new person in this way, right? In a highly aspected way. Star is great hope and great emotion going forward. Okay. Now, on top of this worry card, what do we get there? Yeah, look at that. Nine of Wands. This is good. This is really good. Because this couple, and maybe the same couple here, right? The Pisces may be wanting to pamper their partner and make them feel like a star, right? Make them feel like the center of the universe. The worry, there's some worries here about whatever it is that has come forth. I'm going to go back one more. Yeah, the truth. There's a truth here about something. I don't know if it's on the Pisces end or the partner's end, but nonetheless, there's a truth that's coming forward, creating a little bit of worry. Now, what happens intimately? These two join together to comfort each other. It may be, we may have a masculine here that is, because the sense I get from this card, one, there's a lot of passion that burns between these two. The swallow is the sense they can fly over this. They really can solve this with no problem. But in the moment, it may seem like something that's really heavy that they can't get through. And in here too as well, I feel like the woman is consoling the man. Here, the woman is consoling the man, pampering him. And here she's consoling. So it gives me a sense that there's something here that the man may have brought forth that may be hard to deal with, or maybe a truth about a relationship that they needed to discuss or to conquer, some kind of thing here. And I feel like the woman is very receptive to it and comforting in that way, right? Because this is in no way says I can't handle. It's like, yeah, we're going to handle it and we'll move forward and da da da. And not only that, again, the great passion that lies between them. And the birds, there's tons of birds here. There's one there, there's one there, there's one there flying, just symbolizing that this can be overcome to a high degree. Hey, Cynthia. Yeah, this is the Pisces so far. We're in the love zone. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I'll chat with you later. But yeah, this is the Pisces, and then it'll be Cancer, and then Scorpio after that. So the 9 of Wands, yeah, that's about that comforting energy coming forward here. Now we have the Strength card, the Lovers. Their strength is together, is really what I'm getting. Oh, look. The 2 of Cups. So these Pisces are in a groovy energy here. One, either you or your partner are very much in a mode where they want to pamper the other. There are some situations here, some truths rising to the surface need to be dealt with. And I get a sense they're both turning toward each other to do this, to deal with this in the best kind of way. They're communicating together the problems, just nobody else involved. And there's a lot of passion here drawing them to do this. And then the 2 of Cups, where we end up with our strength, is just the loving and caring emotions that they go through intimately in that way. Is it really, because I get a sense these are kind of like strawberries in the thing. It's like in a mode of, what's the word? Indulging, right? Just indulging in each other. There's some things going on, some lessons maybe, or some issues within the partnership or within one partner, and they're being dealt with between the two, and that is deepening the connection. Okay, here we go. Moving on. On top of the star energy here, we're again wanting to pamper the partner quite highly. We have the 10 of Wands. That's about burdens, things that are heavy. We feel burdened. So maybe one person or the other feels burdened in some way of having to, now give me a minute. Because the sense I got from this card is very much someone wants to lavish the other person with affection, right? Center of the universe. Now, is this a burden to them, or is it a burden? I don't know where that sits, but it's the 10 of Wands, so we're about to drop things here. So are we dealing, is that the problem? We can't keep up, or what's going on here? So on top of the 9 of Wands, which talks to this couple dealing with an issue here that's been brought forth, is a sense I get. What do we get there? We get the 3 of Wands. It's about waiting for our ships to come in. Someone here in this relationship is waiting for things to change, waiting for things to get better, waiting for things. Now, this could be going back to that career energy that we had dropped in the beginning about waiting for something to change in that direction. But the burden, I don't know where that sits yet. So now on top of the 2 of Cups, which is really about the deepening of the emotional center of these two, and you know, playing with that energy, we have the 8 of Pentacles, and that's about working overtime. And Pentacles is usually about work, about career, about that. So I feel like this is leading me to believe that the burdens, the waiting for things to happen and putting in overtime really comes to the center of career. Like the career may be getting in the way a little bit of this relationship. I don't feel it's going to bust it apart. I don't feel it's going to create too much havoc, but it may be to a point that it's burdening between this couple. It may be this week that they're one's wanting to spend time on their career and the other one's wanting to spend time in the relation, this kind of thing. To a degree, it's burdensome now. But the 10 of Wands, somebody's going to drop this. Somebody's going to drop this energy, and it'll come clean is the sense I get. Now, as we go deeper into the sex side here, on the 10 of Wands and the burdening, we have the 5, the Hierophant. That's about spirituality. Spirituality, within a relationship here. I'm going to keep going. I just don't know where that sits yet. 3 of Wands. 18 is the Moon. So there's some things that are hidden here. Moon is about secrets and things that have yet to be revealed. Yeah. There's a great undercurrent of like the spirituality stuff in the Moon. There's a great undercurrent of what do you call that, destiny here that I'm getting, that wants to open up in the career again. I'm getting, okay, on top of the 8 of Pentacles we get the 8 of Cups, and that is okay, I think I get it. Okay. This is interesting because the 8 of Cups is about okay, the man that's in the doorway peeking over this couple in embrace, he told Casanova, this is Casanova, by the way, he told Casanova he had a crush on her. And therefore, this man went and got in there before he had a chance to woo her and get her. So that's what that card's about. Now, the sense here is this may be in a career-driven kind of way, or because I feel here the romance, I feel there's some people that would be in a solid romance here. Just there's no infiltrating, but maybe it's on the other side of the Pisces. Maybe it's on the partner of the Pisces, maybe wooed on their side by someone else. It's kind of a, how do you say? It's kind of an energy. I got the infinity cards to end it off here, so we'll see. But it's kind of an energy, you snooze, you lose kind of thing. Somebody snapped her up before someone else. Someone else is wanting to get in here for the Pisces, and someone got there before they could. Now, again, I feel ultimately this is destined, but nonetheless, somebody's going to feel cheated out of this, okay? And again, the burden energy here, I feel it's somebody knows something that they're not telling. But I don't know where that sits because they're not giving me that. So we'll go into the infinity cards here. And then I've got a power of surrender card to end it off for the week, because there's some issues here still needing to be dealt no matter what sign. So on top of the spirituality, 5, the Hierophant, what do we get? Malice. So we may have someone in our midst here that has some malice toward us, and that is burdening. Okay, this is where it is. Now, I don't know if that's not someone outside here. Like this is meant to be. And this one is kind of like, oh, shucks, I missed. But I feel like the malice may sit with that person on the outside. Okay, just give me a moment. On the Moon card, which is the secrets, we get dream magic. Yeah, they're not going to reveal nothing. Dream magic is like unicorns, right? They're not real. They do not exist, only in dream time. But we can visualize and see them, and they're beautiful and all of that. So again, it's something here about a mystery being how you say, unraveled to a high degree, and someone having malice at some point here. Now, where do we end it? On the 8 LGB? Okay, So this talks to, this can be anything from gender identity problems to, well, it's all there, LGBTQ. All of that is incorporated. Now, this might be something, we may have a same-sex partner that is in the outer spheres here that is missing, feel they're missing out because someone's been taken. This is what I'm getting. So we may have a same-sex partner that is actually not going to get, I feel ultimately there's a relationship being worked on here, and that is going quite well, quite grounded. But on the outer ring, there's someone here that wants to get in, and it may be a same-sex partner that has more than enough feelings here, but maybe has not come forth or has not made themselves known. Okay. Now, the power of surrender card is surrender stress. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let this stress go as you come back to your center. So there may be some stressful situations here. Yeah, and there's a little bit of it within the relationship as well, but nothing that we can't handle, I feel. With the moon there, we may have a relationship that's on the down low. That is not yet. And also with the Hierophant is the probability for marriage. And I feel like there's a road here that we're going down, whether it's career or romance, that we seem to be putting a lot of energy and effort in. And there may be some stressful things coming in the sidelines. We're dealing with those things and carrying forward. But nonetheless, we have to make sure that we don't get overcome by stress and blow things out of proportion, right? Because Pisces can be on the emotional side, especially when they're stressed out. So they're kind of going, surrender the stress or get a hold of it and meditate it away so that we can deal with these problems and issues in a greater way. We may have a same-sex partner here that is wanting in, is really what I get. Okay, so that is the Pisces for the week. Wow, good stuff. Okay, so now we are into Cancer, 3224. If you want to mark that, that'd be great. 3224. Okay, first card for Cancer, the Lovers. We're all in the theme here. Lover's card. So we're dealing with the lover here. This card really symbolizes that we could be looking to dreams and fantasy in that way, or we could be dealing with this in reality. Next card. Three of Cups, about celebrations with people that make us happy. So this is really good for things. Now, right next to the Lover's card, the sense is that we have a lover here that we're very excited to see, excited to be with, and have a lot of energy going forward. Or we meet a lover, yeah, not quite in the sphere here, but we're meeting a lover here in a zone where we have a lot of energy for positive, festive things. What's the word? I'm not saying it right. There's energy. No, sorry. We may meet a partner here at a festive event. Okay, period. There. 15. Temperance. Beware. Beware. Like, so, okay. So some people may be quite high on the drink. Okay, is what I'm getting. They're going, beware of drinking out when we're celebrating, because if we're trying to impress a lover, this is going to become problematic in some kind of way here. Yeah, there's a sense these Cancers are kind of letting loose, and they're really gravitating to those that are exciting to them, and they're going to go out and celebrate and da da da. So these are things. There's things here we want to do this in that way. Okay, so as we go into the grounded earth, what do we get? On top of the Lovers, we get the Seven of Wands, and that's about strategies. She's got the chart there. She's marking everything out, informing everybody this is how it goes, this is what we've done, and da 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 da. Yeah. All the salamanders at her feet, right? Is like the action that wants to happen, that you want to go forward in. There's a plan this woman's trying to carry out so that she can move forward in regards to a lover, okay? Maybe it's the plan to meet at a party or a celebration, okay? This kind of thing. Now, on top of the Three of Cups, we get the Five of Wands. Now, this is interesting because this is kind of the opposite energy. Three of Cups, highly celebrating, happy, everything's festive. This Five of Wands is the opposite. It's like, my schedule's full. I don't have time for anything. And you guys are asking me and quarreling and squabbling, right? This is interesting. I don't know why. This energy kind of doesn't fit with the rest here. Now I'm going to move on and see if it'll snap in. Temperance. What do we get there? 18, the moon. Okay. Give me moments. Look at her waist deep in her emotions, okay? Now, either we are caught up with work to a degree that we are just frantic at work and we just have no time, and then we want to get away from that and we go out and celebrate, and maybe I need a drink or two or five or seven kind of things. This is what I'm getting, because I feel like this is literally at work. Like, we're having a rough time at work. We're frustrated and struggling, and people are, we're hitting opposition, and things are just not going right. There's a lot of squabbling and bickering. We're trying to keep our cool, but it's not. And then the moon is kind of like, well, there's things we're not seeing here. We may be contributing to some of the arguments more than we want to realize. Is a sense. Now, next, on top of, excuse me. So these are the earth. This is what's going on the earth. These above cards are what the universe says you can get to if you follow that intuition. Now we have the 15 on top of the 7. Now the 15 is kind of that shadow devil card, right? Yeah, there might be we might be stirring up a little crap at work, really. It's the sense I get. Like, we're kind of going off the dark side at work. There may be things going on that we don't like. We may not be confronting people head on. We may be trying to go behind the backs of people to get things done. This kind of thing is what I'm feeling. We have plans here, but there's a devilish energy in how we take it out, meaning we may not be completely 100% up front with what we're doing at work. And I do feel this is a work situation here. So on the 5, what do we get? The potential to move, but we're too much in they want to take action, these Cancers, but there's too much squabbling, too much bickering. We just can't go forward at this time. So what do we get? The Mother of Air. Yeah. And she is about gaining knowledge from your dream time, from your mind, from your instinct. There are things coming up, swirling up to you to bring about answers and like to clear this away, these squabbles. Maybe that's what it is. We're turning a blind eye to that. We don't want to listen to that. It's interesting to me. These two are headed looking at each other here. No problem, Andrew. Thanks for coming in. These two are looking straight at each other. And this is shadow side, and this is like the light trying to connect to the energies from above. So the sense here is that we may be planning devilish things, trying to kind of mitigate in between the light and the dark to get our way. And this may be creating havoc, but the universe is really trying to hit you intuitively and say, okay, look, here's what you do. You might have to take a little hit in the ego department, because usually this guy has a lot to do with ego. The devil shadow side, when you listen to that, it's your ego. You're feeding too much of that. So there's an answer coming here. Now the moon card, again, that's about secrets that we keep. We have 21, the world. Okay, so there's a cycle here that wants to end. Just give me a minute. I got to look. Yeah, see, the temperance, I was getting literally watch our drinking if we do go out and celebrate, watch, because this can make things worse overall to heal, to come back to the better side. It can make it worse. Um, the moon is about those things that are not revealed to us, maybe an illusion to us as we sit, and the world is about the cycles that want to come to completion so that we can move forward. um, I feel like the Cancer's an illusion here of what they need to do. I feel like they've got their own agenda, and it may be in a work kind of situation here, or it could be in a relationship, but I'm getting more work where we have things going on and we have a way we're going to deal with it, and we're going to get intuitive nudges to help us out of it, but I'm not sure the energy aligns for the, like, what I'm getting this week is just they're not going to follow that. They're really stuck in this energy. It's very high here. And not only that, they're taking into account, but they're not going to take action from. They're more on the dark side of feeding ego, and we're going to go forward. But this is a cycle that wants to end for them, the quarreling and the bickering. They want to rise above it, but again, I don't see that happening for the week. So that's the base energies for this week for Cancer. Okay, as we get into the romance here, we'll see if we can tidy this up a bit. First card we get, man, the Eight of Swords. That is the most depressing. That's the sarcophagus. There is so it's deep sorrow and regret. So there's somewhere here, someone is, that could be someone that has passed. If that's the case, my sympathies. Or a lot of deep regret and sorrow that we have for something or someone in our life. Okay, so this is not good because this is the beginning of the romance. Four Swords is about doing the dance. We're kind of just spinning in circles, right? This circle that wants to end, we're spinning. So there's some deep sadness and sorrow for the way that we are in some kind of a relationship here. Now, the next card we have is the Nine, the Hermit. And that is, he is overlooking, there's a picture of a woman there. It could be a man overlooking, it could be a woman overlooking a man. There's someone in our past here that we have deep regret and sorrow about, for, whatnot. There's a heavy energy here of things. Now, this energy is very high. This is just where we're at. We're just spinning in circles. We're not really advancing anywhere. We're not making a move to our past. We're not making a move in our future. We're just spinning in a circle, is what I'm getting. So there's a sense here that I don't know if the Cancer's trying to gain access to information or whatnot, but somewhere along the lines here, we're making a plan to do something that is a little bit devious. And because of this, we're really not going to get anywhere. Even though we think we're getting and we think we're planning for our highest good, it's not going to get us anywhere. But our heart, I feel, is either in the past of something that we had, and our present is how you say, is very stagnant. It's just not a lot here that's brought us a lot other than grief here. And we're not moving either way, right, to our past or our future. Okay, let's see if we can rip out of this. Okay, 8. On top of the sarcophagus, again, grief and sorrow, a deep sadness here that's needing to be processed. Could be from our issues, could be from past relationships, could be from all of that. On top of that, we get the Princess of Wands to clarify. That's interesting. Because the Princess of Wands is a fire energy. She's got that tiger. She's on the tail of the tiger, moving her way up. And that flower is kind of like a star to me. It's like trying to climb to get her star. Yeah, I feel like this sadness and sorrow that we are in. Now, give me moments, because the whole theory here is we do need to process our emotions from our past. they're going, but we do not wallow in them. So we may be wallowing and beyond the process of actually healing from them. We feel, or how do you say, like we're wallowing. That's what they're saying. We're wallowing. This is preventing us from truly making plans for the future. Why? Because we are in a low vibrational state. So we're going to attract low vibrational things. And this is making it harder for us to. It's like she's striving to put that flower up. It's like harder to do because of we have to be in a high mode. Then she'll just leap into the universe and plant that star where it needs to be. But we're having a hard time going forward to plant this because we are in our depths so harshly. So it's a weird place to be, but at the same time, processing in between, getting sucked into negative energies is really what it is. Okay, now on the 4, again, this is where we are. We're kind of spinning in circles. We're not making any headway. We're not leaving our grief behind. We are wallowing in it. So that prevents us from getting to a high vibrational state where we can go forward with new energy. And we just it keeps us in a form where we just don't feel like we want to make plans for better things. Now, to clarify, we get 13, the rebirth card, the rising from the phoenix. So this is really where we're at here. We are the phoenix that refuses to turn to ash, right? This is where we are. So the decision has to be made to leave something behind. That rebirth, right? We have to make that decision to go forward. This is the crux point I feel like the Cancers are in for this week. We just got to cut and move forward. So death and rebirth, rising from the ashes, butterfly in the cocoon, all of it. This is where they're sitting. Now, the Hermit energy, what do we get on there? 6 of Cups. Well, we may be thinking of a time in the past when we had a partner that gave us a lot of pleasure. It could be physical, could be emotional, or both. Now, this is highly on our mind, and because it is not here, the sense they're giving me, this is what is creating havoc, right? Because it's not here. So we'll move on to the sex side and see if we can't. Now, the Princess of Wands, again, striving for more, but it's hard when we're in a negative cycle. We get the King of Pentacles on there. Now, the King of Pentacles is about overwhelming energy coming at you to a point. This woman just does not want to have sex, but this man is it's like he's being forceful with her. This is the energy I tuned to this card. It's like she's trying to get dressed. She doesn't want. So either we have a partner that's forceful with us that we do not want, or energies of this in the past that we have to overcome. Like, things like this is some kind of an energy here that we have to get past, right? This is the grieving process of overcoming men in our life like this. They were overpowering. We have to overcome that in order to be in a new relationship. So this may be part of that processing that's going on. Now, on the rebirth energy, we have the Knave of Cups, Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups here, he is mad and upset because there's a partnership going on here, and it's not his. Either the woman was taken from him, or he didn't come through. There's something here about jealousies, really, is what this card is about. So we may have someone here in our midst that may be the situation that we're angry about as it sits, is that someone else got a partner and we wanted them as a partner and it didn't work out, something here in that way. Okay, now on top of the pleasure card, we get the 8 of Cups. Now this is my dreamy love card, right? Means that we're dreaming about a partner that's not actually there, but we're dreaming about the perfect partner, da da da. Now, this could be that we're dreaming about someone from our past that, one, is not in our present, two, may not ever be in our present, and may not ever be the way that we dream them to be, perfect, kind of the perfect partner that doesn't exist. But something here about being up in our head about some kind of a partner that we've had in our past, or an idea of a partner in our past. Okay. So now, on top of this, Knight of Pentacles, or sorry, King of Pentacles, we get the Eight of Cups. Yeah, see, this is an energy that we left behind. We had some overpowering energies in our midst here. We're searching. We wanted to put all our hope into these partners, and they ended up overpowering us to a degree that they hurt us. So as much work as we put into those relationships, we found we had to leave them behind because they did not suit us for whatever reason. We were not fulfilled in every area. So we're going to seek that fulfillment. So this is kind of a good energy. It's a realization that this doesn't suit me, so I need to move forward. Now, on the Knave of Cups, we get the Ten of Cups. Now, this is interesting, because the Knave of Cups here is about jealousies of other people's relationship. The energy of needing to, we may have a partner that we left that gained a new partner. Okay, just give me a minute. That gained a new partner that we have a problem with. We have a problem swallowing that pill, okay, basically. Now, on top of here is Ten of Cups. Now, we have to get through this in order to realize that that is not our Ten of Cups, that we need to look for our Ten of Cups, that kind of thing. Because the sense they're giving me is we put our Ten of Cups in that person that is not there, and for whatever reason is not going to be there. They may have a new partner, so we need to open up that there may be someone else that is better suited, but some of these Cancers may not. They may just say, yeah, I'll never ever get anything better, so therefore they're cementing that, right? But the Ten of Cups here is saying, look, there is potential for better. We just have to focus in that direction and not in the past, if that's where it sits. Now, on all this dreamy energy here, again, we have the Death card. Yeah, there needs to be an end to fantasizing with our rose-colored glasses on. So we may have a fantasy about a partner that we can't have, or is no longer meant for us, not for our highest good. All of this stuff seems like the Cancer is caught up in something here. There may be a projection of someone that they have in their head, a perfect partner that doesn't exist, or literally hanging on to someone that can never be ours, and needing to get through that, get over that, something needs to happen here, transform, okay, through that. Whew, okay, so now the sex cards again, 18 plus. On the Eight of Cups, we have the 5. That's interesting, because the 5 of Cups here, that's Casanova with a nun, right? No, none. No, none. She's not supposed to be none. Not supposed to be doing that. So there's regret and sorrow, right? Which is highly what this card is about. We've done something. So have we done something with someone that we regret highly? And, you know, at a certain point here, we have to let it go. We have to forgive ourselves and move forward. The sense here is that, yeah, we were intimate with someone we maybe shouldn't have been intimate with. And it is somehow, even though we left that partner, it is somehow stringing along a guilt factor here that's very high and holding us back. On top of the Ten of Cups, again, the universe going, we can have it if we just focus in a new direction to gain it and not focus on the things that we can't have. We have the Six of Swords. And that is, you know, if you look at the Lovers card in this deck, is them going down here. Where is it there? With the gondola and the 2 in there. And here it's just about the movement, the swift action, going forward again, moving forward. What from the sorrow and all of this? Get out of there. We're not doing us any good here. And on top of the death card again, we have the 8. Now this is interesting. Unfortunately, with all the cards that we have here, this could mean the death of a partner. Now, also what comes with this is the 8 of Swords. He's looking under the covers. So it can be sexually transmitted diseases. It can be sexual sickness, meaning I can't bring about any type of feelings whatsoever for anyone until this is dealt with. So, but this means that physically it will start harming us to a high degree here, because we are just focusing on things that are just not for our highest good. And we need to kind of somehow let that go. It's very dark energy here in the Cancers this week. Very much getting pulled into a cycle of things that we know are not good for us. We know we can't go to. We know will not solve. We know all these things we know, but we continue to put our energy in this direction is going to get to us to a degree where it will debilitate us physically. Yeah. So that's a harsh energy, but beware of that. That's where we're headed here. If we don't pick ourselves up and focus on new directions. Okay, the Infinity cards to end it all off on the none. On that energy, we get charging station. Yeah, codependent. So this is where it all sits, is we have a high degree of codependent energy. We are dependent on other people. We cannot be by ourselves. We are not self-sufficient or independent. We may be independent financially, but we're not independent emotionally. These kind of things, certain areas here, we just can't handle being alone. So we need other people to give us sustenance. This is kind of that devil energy that I was picking up in the beginning. It's like we need to not pull from others. We need to gain our own strength emotionally and move forward. There's a sense here of shutting off our emotions, but yet still pulling from other people. It's unusual for Cancer to do this. So it feels to me like they're kind of spiraling out of control. Now, the next card, the 6, again, about movement, wanting to take off, get out of there. When you get hooked, what do you know? That is not good. Because that's hooked in the wrong ways. It's hooked because we can't see where the root of our problems are. One of the books maybe you might have to read is Codependent No More by Melody Somebody. I'll have to post it in my Infinity room there. That gives you good tips. Like I just read it because it came across my path. I didn't know if I was codependent or not. And I'm like, oh yeah, I think everybody to a certain degree has some kind of codependence in them. At some point in their life, it's there. And there's good tips there to be self-sufficient and not fall into that rut. So look that book up, and I'll post that later, because it could do you good no matter. So there's a sense of being hooked to this energy and not being able to, and that could be the devil energy themselves. Like I'm saying devil energy, but that could be the energy that we're feeding on the wrong side here, where we got to kind of wake up from. Now on the 8 of Swords, which is about stress, anxiety, bringing us to a point where we're bedridden. We have interesting 51 stimulus, which is now, again, that is about seeing something that shocks us that we want it. Now the energy is going back to what we're hooked for. So it may be that we are visually, there's something we want in this person, and that's what's hooking us, right? We're hung up on looks, and this may be our codependent root. It could also be as well, because we had the energy here of being in dreamland, is like we're kind of stuck in a virtual reality in our mind of being in a good place when we're actually feeding a darker energy through this. So the sense is that we need to kind of wake up and quit with the rose-colored glasses, quit with the dream time. We got to deal with our reality, get in our reality, and if we don't like it, we got to move and make changes and deal with that, because the sense here is it's just really going to take us out in a physical kind of way. You know, it's getting bad when you get physically pulled down. So it's not good, Cancer. But nonetheless, that's the reading. Now, the card. What is it? Surrender card. Surrender attachment to results. So it says the formula for success is to do all you can do to make things happen, in quotes. Then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. And this is exactly what's going on. Exactly. Either we're obsessed with someone or obsessed with the dream of someone being a certain way. And the sense is, I get it, it's not going to happen. Like we're kind of hanging on to something here that's not worth hanging on to. Like we just need to let it go. And there's a lot of that, I guess, over this week is let go. And so there's, if you can do one thing this week, it's surrender to results, to getting a certain result. Surrender, just let that go and go, you know what? I don't know, but I'm going to deal with my reality as it sits. And I'm not going to, you know, how you say, put myself in an A or B situation, and what unfolds will unfold, that kind of thing. So there's a little bit of issues here for the Cancer. So heavy duty. Okay, so that is Cancer. Now we'll go to Scorpio here and see what comes out. 10122. Okay, Scorpio, first card, chakra, 2 of Wands. Yeah. 2 of Wands is about 2 ways to go, 2 ways of being. We got to make a decision, a choice. At a crossroads, sure. Next card. 2 of Swords. What do you know? 2-2. Not being able to make a decision, feeling like we don't have all the facts, feeling like it's too overwhelming or something here. It's not able to see clearly a road to go down is what I'm getting. 9 of Coins. Yeah. This is 9 of Coins about being single and independent, financially wealthy, single and loving it, right? I'm good with myself. We may see ourselves as quite like our strength is our financial independence. This may have to do with that in some kind of way. So as we get into the below cards, see what we get here. On the 2 of Wands, about a direction, a decision that needs to be made. We have the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is about being tired and beat. This may be why we can't make our decisions. We don't have any free time to ourselves. We're running ourselves ragged. This could be. So, on top of the 2 of Swords, why can't we see 9 of Pentacles? This is interesting because look at her looking with her eyes wide open. She's prepared. That's interesting because here she's blindfolded and here she's looking forward to seek things out. But are we looking in the right direction for the right things? Yeah, there's a sense of being run ragged here. I feel like that may be the, how do you say? That may be the thing that's the problem, is that we're going too fast, too quick, there's too much stuff going on. But yet, there is a sense of preparedness with this. Feel like unable to make a decision. This one here is waiting for things to come in. So the sense they're giving me is blending those 2 energies. It's like, yeah, we're unable to make a decision, but we're waiting for news, intuition, something to change in the future so that we can make this decision more clearly. So that may be what's going on here. 9 of Coins. Again, that single independent energy. We have 19, the Sun. Now, this is about being around family and food. There's a lot of food in this. So we may have a lot of gatherings, family gatherings, or discussions around meals. This may be It may be within the family that this decision needs to be made and cannot come to an agreement of this. Yeah, something to do with that, with families. Okay, we're going to go to the above cards now, the universal energies. Sticking their nose in, what do they come up with? 17, which is the temperance. Yeah. So if we get that on the like if we're overworked in some kind of way, we need to temper that. We need to be in control of that and calm that down. She has got 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on earth, and that is about the balance that needs to be struck between the emotional and the physical centers here. So I feel like this has to do with how we make our decision. They're showing me this card. They're going, that's why, is because we may not be balanced in our emotional state compared to our physical state. Like, what is going on and our emotions. Yeah, I think the Scorpio is overly emotional about something and not able to balance that out is why they feel they can't make the decision. So they're waiting for things in the future to come and show them this, right? Now, the temperance, right? The universe going, temper yourself and make sure that you're grounded in your balanced in your emotional and physical states. Next card on the 9 is the circle. Okay, so again, waiting for things to happen in the future to make up their mind. The circle is, it's about accessing all the elements, right? We have the cloud of air, the salamander for fire, and then the water and the elder there, symbolizing human beings on Earth, I would think. Yeah, the circle is what it's called, and just the conjuring up of all of your strength is really what I'm getting. Is we just really need to focus here on the right things. We need to calm ourselves, not work ourselves. Are we working to avoid making a decision? Because this is kind of what they're saying as well. We may be running ourselves ragged because we really don't want to make a decision because we know what the decision is, but we don't want to make it in the way, this kind of thing. We just have to be balanced to know what we want for our future. We may not know that may be what we're blind to, but nonetheless, independence, family, and gatherings. We have the Ace of Water, which is about, and it's interesting to me, this one is depicted with a sword through it. So the Ace of Cups is about emotions, and the sword is about truths, so emotional truths that have to come forward. And it may have to do with within the family unit. We may have some influence here from family that has their say, is what they said, that we may be taking into account here in some way, shape, or form. So wherever that sits. Okay, so this is, there is some kind of a decision here. The Scorpio is in the midst of making, and they have to gather all the resources and just focus to make this decision, and they can see clearly if they want to. But it seems like we may be a little bit at a crossroads here because we are busying ourselves up because we don't want to make this decision. But there's emotional truths coming from family and friends that may help us get into that mode of making the decision. Okay, so on the love and sex side, 18 plus. First card for the Scorpio, 10 of Wands. That is about putting your best foot forward to impress those outside of us. So we may be doing this to family and friends, putting our best foot forward to impress them, maybe for the partner. Next card, Knight of Coins. There he is. He's stable, sturdy, putting his coins in the fountain, making a wish and hoping it comes true. But he don't need hope because he's very grounded, very, very solid, and he works hard to gain all that he has gained so far, and he will continue to do so as he becomes the king. So there's a great base here for financial stability. Not only that, whatever he offers is good for his word. So we may be in this element, or there may be someone in our midst like this. Now, the next card is the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords has been through the mill. She looks like it. She's not happy because she had to fight to get all those swords behind her back. And she's got one in front of her where she will not put up with no more anymore. This kind of thing. Now, either we're putting our energy into someone like this, or we are in defense of someone in our midst like this. Just give me a minute. Yeah, there's someone here putting their best foot forward. I feel like that's the Scorpio. There's this Knight of Pentacles comes in with his strong, stable offer. Now the Queen, then that's back to that Scorpio energy. So this may be an outside person here coming in to make an offer. We're trying to put our best foot forward, but we will not put up with no crap, is the sense here. Okay, next line. On the 10, what do we get? We get peace. Two of Swords again is, peace, right? She's sitting in peace there. She's meditative pose. What do they call that? There's certain poses called. I can't remember. Trying to keep peace, putting our best foot forward, trying to keep peace. I feel like the Scorpio is really trying to do this within a relationship or a partnership or something here. Now, on the Knight of Pentacles, we get the Queen of Wands. Now, she's an adventurer, right? She is ready for action. The sense I get here is stirring up some things. That cheat is just sitting there waiting for the call to go and take action. So there's a lot of the Queen of Wands has a potential for a lot of action here as yet to be. The switch hasn't been turned on yet, is the sense. Sorry, I'm losing my words. Now, is this guy precipitating that or what? This may also be another outside energy coming at us to take action, to get us to take action in some kind of way. Now, on the Queen of Swords, again, I feel like that's your energy of being through the mill and just not wanting to put up with nothing here. Somebody may be putting their best foot forward in order to overcome, this barrier we've put up. What do we get? Five of Swords, defeat. Yeah, you notice there's a man laying down. She's got the swords over him. She's kind of, she's won here. But the man is on the ground. Give me a minute. Yeah, there's something here about an energy. The Scorpio is looking towards someone, and like the sense they're giving me is like you try and pass, see what happens, and then they try to pass and it just didn't work because they didn't follow the rules. They didn't follow the guidelines here. It didn't work. They're defeated. Now, this is the energy here. There's an energy here of action want to be taken, and I don't feel like it's necessarily a person, but it could be. Now, as we go one further into the sex side here, talking about peace. Again, 18 plus, Knight of Swords. Yeah, someone's trying to put their best foot forward, trying to keep peace. Knight of Swords is about controlling energy. Someone is dominating, especially in the bedroom here, but nonetheless, someone who is taking control over us. Okay, on top of that, Queen of Wands, we get the Knave of Pentacles. Man, there's a lot of characters here. Page of Pentacles, wanting to take action in the drink here. her fingers in the flames, saying we're going to get burned. Okay. There may be someone here controlling us. We may be going out and celebrating to a degree where we are overindulging in the drink and getting into situations we normally wouldn't if we didn't. She will take action, this one, and this is kind of like, yeah, in ways of controlling behavior or being controlled. Okay, so beware of this. I don't know. Are we? Defeat. What is being defeated here? Yeah, the lovers. So we may have two lovers here vying for our attention. One where we are kind of morally on the wrong side of the tracks here. I'm saying wrong, but consenting. Kind of in an energy that pulls us to the left a little bit. And then the lovers is about a choice, right? So in this reading, the roundabout way that they come to it is basically two partners here. One we're being controlled by, another one that may be controlling us, and we have to kind of make a decision here, one way or another. Or it could be someone who is just being dominated in all areas. Because the sense they're giving me is this is yeah, it could be an outside person, but this one takes action. She goes and she's adventurous, right? So venturing out into these areas of dominance, this is what in a loving relationship, a lover relationship. We may have had someone that we put aside in order, but we may be, I don't feel us getting out of this energy. I feel a domination energy no matter where we go. It's just a matter of to what degree. Okay. Okay. As we continue, on top of the Knight of Swords, the Star, that is about reaching for healing and for coming out of, we may have a relationship that we left that was quite domineering, and we're reaching for the Star for healing and prospects for the future. Now, on this Knave, get the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, this is another one coming in here to faithfully to get us into that mode of, are we going to basically a tester? We've gotten out of something. We may have gotten out of something here and we're hoping for better, but we fall back in. It may be a looping energy for the Scorpio. We may be going right back into a domineering energy, but it's faded so that we learn our lessons here. Now, on top of the Lovers, we get the King of Wands. King of Wands, a fire energy. They are very dominant, right? Look at him. He's got everything in charge there. He will make decisions and you listen to me. Now, this is kind of, they're giving me essence. This is what they put up with for so long, but this is also where they need to be. They need to be the king of all things and sending that energy outward instead of accepting it, to know that they have the power to do that. This is part of the process that this Scorpio is going through. Again, this is maybe a long-term thing. Over this week, I feel like they may be switching from one to another or realizing that they have cycled here quite a few times and trying to figure out a way to get out of it. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Hi there, Sade. Sorry. I don't catch the comments very quickly. So on the Star, what do we get there again? 18 plus. We get the 9 of Swords. I gotta remember if that's the... Yeah, that's the energy of... 9 of Swords here is Casanova with the housemaid. Now, she loved and adored him so much that he eventually... he gave in to her knowing that she loved him so much, right? So he took advantage of that. Sense they're giving me is this may be where we were sitting. These people that have a high ability to take advantage of situations know that we idolize them or whatever, so they will go there to take advantage of that simply for that, and then off they go. That's kind of the scenario that I'm getting here. This is what we're healing from. Okay, now on top of the wheel we have the 11. Well, this is good because the 11 is the page of cups, but in this deck he is about truth and clarity, going outward to others of a heart-centered way. So in the heart, we are truthful and honest, and we're bearing our soul here. So this is good because this is maybe what we're coming into. We maybe have someone here that is more honest in the heart-centered way, but is the behavior still the same? That's what we need to suss out as we go forward. Now on the King of Wands, what do we get? The 2 of Wands. And that's about, the naughtiness of it all, right? I think the Scorpio may be coming across an energy here where it's not necessarily about the domination, but that's something that we maybe get a rise out of, if you will. So we're trying to find the right partner to do that. And we may have been with the wrong partner in the past. The 11 is showing me that there's someone here that is being honest. It could be us towards the other person, but we got to discern whether they're being honest with us. But I feel like it's an outside partner. And number 2 is just simply like, because this guy's wondering whether to smack her good one. Sorry. Or what, right? Is she going to be into this? And this is the feeling I'm getting. It's like, is this where we want to go? Because we got to be really choosy with our partners in this way to make sure that the trust and the dignity, all of that is there at some point. So I feel like that's the line here. I think we may have been taken advantage of in the past for our open-heartedness. Now we're going to go forward in a truth, and someone who's coming at us in a truth, and exploring that on a different level. Okay, the affinity cards here. On the 9, which is, again, people taking advantage, we go games of chance. Okay, so risk. So be aware that being in this zone with partners, right, there is a how do you say, a chance of risk being high. So I think we kind of know this, but we may not know this enough. On the 11, the page, back to school, this usually means we're going to repeat a class here or grade in the way of being true of heart. Because the sense here is that we may be, but we have to look for those outside of us that are of true of heart, so that we can invest in a partner that truly will have our best interest here. And on the 2, which is kind of the naughty zone just beginning to erupt here, we have 36, the guidance. The travel map is like, we got to figure out really exactly where we want to go here. Are we into, dominance and bondage and stuff? And if so, we got to think about the morality and think about the caliber of partner that we have in this way. Okay. Because we may have to go back to school, and there's some risks here. Absolutely. So be aware of those, and we've got to rise up. I feel like we're in the muck of it, so we don't really know from a higher sense of using our instinct. May not be doing this. So what is it? Surrender card is surrender drama. It says, no matter how much emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. So there's a sense of being caught up in drama. Now, again, partners that aren't deserving, this could create that as well. So surrendering drama will help you this week to stay on the right side of the tracks. There's wolves, hey? In this genre, there's wolves, so you got to be careful. Very hard to discern, even for someone intuitive, highly intuitive. It's hard to discern in areas like this because it's a lower frequency. So be careful. Surrender the drama. Make sure everything's all adults. We're all good. Okay, so that is the water signs for this week. those were different. I didn't expect them to go that way, but nonetheless, they go where they're going to go. So I will be in a little later here to do the air signs, and then I will do the rest tomorrow. I thought I'd have enough time today, but I didn't. Take care, have fun, be kind, and I will see you later.